Thunder and lightning crash outside. The lights flicker above as a concerned pet parent holds her dog close, whispering reassurances as she feels for matches in the dark. Here at the channel, we love dramatic entrances. So let's rewind a bit and start again with some calmer vibes. Ah, much better. And that, my friends, is how to make a dramatic entrance. Okay, now let's talk about what happens when the power goes out. You may be familiar with the term use your time wisely when it comes to an emergency situation like a power outage. But what does that mean exactly? Well, first off, all those things you've been putting off, like getting your affairs in order, writing a will, or making a living trust, those are not good uses of your time. Not when there's a disaster waiting to happen. So get those things done ahead of time, so that when disaster strikes, you don't have to waste precious minutes dealing with them. This is great advice in general, but especially important when it comes to preparing for a power outage and taking care of your pets. Some things you can do ahead of time to help keep your furry family members safe during an outage include having an emergency kit ready to go with plenty of food and water for your pets and any necessary medications. If you have a generator, great. But be sure you know how to use it and have plenty of fuel on hand. If you rely on electricity to power tanks or other equipment for your critters, make sure you have a backup plan. It's also smart to have a battery-powered or hand-crank radio on hand so you can stay updated on weather conditions and emergency information. As for your pets, if they're microchipped and wearing a collar with current ID tags, you're already off to the races. But it's still a great idea to have a backup form of identification. Stolen pets are often identified by scanning their microchips. But what if your pet's microchip or ID tag is lost or stolen? That's where a backup form of identification comes in handy. You can get your pet a tattoo that includes their identification number. You can contact the American Animal Hospital Association to find out more about getting your pet a tattoo like this. You could also put a small, secure, waterproof tag on your pet's collar that has a phone number where you can be reached. The most important thing is to make sure that your contact information is up to date in your pet's microchip registration. That way, if your pet is found, they can be returned to you quickly. Now let's dive into some more tips from experts on how to take care of your pets during a power outage. The ASPCA recommends keeping pets indoors during a power outage unless it's absolutely necessary to go outside. In that case, you should go with your pet and use a flashlight to see. Of course, accidents can happen, so it's a good idea to keep a stash of paper towels and cleaning supplies on hand. If your pet needs to relieve themselves inside, bring a flashlight with you to guide the way. Be sure to clean up after your pet immediately so that the mess doesn't become unsanitary. In the winter, it's important to keep your pets warm during a power outage. The Humane Society recommends dressing your dog in a sweater or jacket if they're going to be outside at all. But why wait until the power goes out to do this? Cold weather can be dangerous for pets year-round, so it's a good idea to have sweaters or coats on hand and ready to go. Just like humans, pets can suffer from hypothermia if they're exposed to cold weather for too long. Hypothermia symptoms in dogs include shivering, weakness, lethargy, and difficulty breathing. If you notice these signs, get your dog inside and warm up quickly. Cats are better equipped to handle cold weather than dogs, but they can still suffer from hypothermia. Be sure to bring your cat indoors during a power outage and provide them with extra blankets or towels to snuggle up with. If your cat seems lethargic or isn't eating or drinking, it could be suffering from the cold. Be sure to take care of your cat quickly. If you have elderly or sick pets, you may want to keep them in a room with you so you can monitor them closely during a power outage. If you're concerned about your pet's well-being, don't hesitate to contact your veterinarian for advice. For animals who are used to being warm, like reptiles and fish, it's important to keep their environment warm enough during a power outage. If you have a reptile or amphibian, be sure to have a backup heating source on hand in case the power goes out. You can use a heating pad set on low with a thermostat to keep your reptile's tank at a safe temperature. If you have a fish tank, you'll need to keep the water moving to prevent a buildup of ammonia and other harmful chemicals. You can use a battery-operated or hand-crank water pump to keep the water circulating. Just be sure the pump is submersible and the cord is long enough to reach the surface of the water. If you don't have a pump on hand, you can use a spoon or a fork to aerate the water every few minutes. If the power is out for an extended period of time, you may need to change the water in the tank. Be sure to use dechlorinated water so you don't harm your fish. And remember, you can always call your vet for advice if you're concerned about your pet's health. Generators can be a great way to keep your home running during a power outage, but they can also be dangerous for pets. Be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions for safe use and never run a generator indoors, in a garage, or near a window. Generators produce carbon monoxide, which can be deadly for pets and humans alike. Keep your generator far enough away from your home that you and your family won't breathe in any of the fumes. If you must use a generator indoors, crack a window to allow fresh air to circulate. Never refuel a hot generator. Allow it to cool down first. And be sure to store fuel in an approved container away from your home. If you're not comfortable using a generator, there are other options for keeping your home powered during an outage. You can use candles or a camping stove to cook on and keep warm. Just be sure to use them safely and never leave them unattended. We all know that pets can sense danger before we do. They can pick up on our body language and vocal cues, and they have a keen sense of hearing and smell. In addition, some animals have a natural instinct to seek higher ground, which can help them escape rising floodwaters. All of these factors can help keep your pets safe during a power outage. However, if you're feeling overwhelmed or concerned about your pet's safety, don't hesitate to call for help. Reach out to friends or neighbors who might be able to help you take care of your pet during the outage. If all else fails, contact your local animal control or humane society for assistance. If you have a dog, you may want to consider boarding them in an emergency situation. Boarding your dog can give you peace of mind knowing that they'll be safe and cared for even if you can't be there. In person, look for a boarding facility that's close to you so you can check in on your dog easily. If you're traveling, choose a facility that's located along your route so you can stop and visit your dog while you're on the road. If the power goes out while you're away from home, staff at the boarding facility may be able to comfort your dog and keep them calm. When it comes to planning for a power outage, it's important to think about your pets and how they'll be affected. By taking some simple precautions ahead of time, you can help keep them safe and comfortable if the lights go out. And hey, why wait for an emergency to happen? Let's make a plan today. That's a wrap, folks. We hope you feel more prepared than ever to take care of your furry family members in the event of a power outage. At the channel, we're passionate about two things: helping you prepare for anything and helping animals in need. That's why we love working with Chewy.com, whose mission is to make life better for pets and the people who love them. Whether you need food, medication, or other supplies for your four-legged family member, Chewy makes it easy to get what you need right to your door. Plus, their knowledgeable customer service team is always available to help. When you shop at Chewy, you can feel good knowing that you're supporting a company that gives back. For every purchase made through the ReadyWise link, Chewy will donate 20 cents to a national animal welfare organization. So be sure to head over to Chewy.com/ReadyWise to get started. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep your pets safe.